I'm Chen Chen live from Zhoushan, China's eastern Zhejiang province. Today, I'm bringing to you one of the highest power tower in this world. And the power tower is standing right beside me. Also standing beside me is Mr. Liu Huating, an engineer from the State Grid Zhejiang Electronic Power Company. So good morning, Huating.
Good morning, Mr. Chen.
Well, here we are, right? What is this? What is this giant stuff?
Yes, as we can see, this is our tallest electric tower. And this project is called Zhoushan 500 kilovoltage network connection project. And every time I see this tower, I feel shocked. And amazing. Because I think it's much more than a tower, but it's a great construction with our wisdom and hard working.
Well, with wisdom and hard work. So what is it for? So what is the objective of building a tower like this?
Yes, you can see these towers, there are lines between the towers. And the length of line is about 39 kilometers. And the lines between Zhoushan City and Ningbo City, so it guarantees the development of Zhoushan and Ningbo, and to provide electric and to provide the needs from Zhoushan to Ningbo. And as we can see, the 14 is sea crossing towers because it's crossing the sea.
So 41 in Zhejiang province alone, or 41 across China?
14 is cross the sea, and the other
70 in Zhejiang, or 70?
71 in Zhoushan.
71 towers like this,
Yes.
but not as tall as this one.
Yes, because 380 meters towers are just these two.
Okay. So we talk about its height. I've learned that it's 380 meters tall,
Yes.
almost 4 times the height of London's Big Ben, and even taller than Paris Eiffel Tower. Why did you build it that tall? Why is it that tall?
Yes, it's no doubt. The tower is absolutely 380 meters.
Cool.
So why we build this tall? Because you can see this channel. The Zhoushan is the biggest city to produce and process seafood, and there are lots of ships through this channel. If we don't build this high, the lines between the towers will drop down and touch the ships. So it will be very, very dangerous.
We know that Zhoushan is home to many biggest manufacturing companies around the globe. Like we know Boeing is here in the Zhoushan Island. It is also a tourism place with Mount Putuo,
Yes.
attracting lots of tourists home and abroad. And it also has many urban areas. I mean, people are living actually in those islands. So making it clean is one of the objective and main goal of building this tower. Am I correct on that? And why it is clean, or why the use of electricity itself is clean?
You just said the point, because the normal way we transfer the electrics is by using the coal. But this way it has lots of disadvantages, such as it has lots of loss through transferring the electric, and it's bad for our environment. But by building these towers, we transfer the electric from the other place, such as Ningxia or Shanxi province, and we transfer electric from this place to here. And through these lines, just by these lines, it is almost no loss and no damage to our environment.
You told me last night that there are so many made in China elements,
Yes. Right.
designed in China elements, and also innovated by China elements. What are they?
As we all know, it's the tallest electric tower, and it's also the heaviest tower in the world. It's almost 7,280 tons. We are the first time to use helicopters to build the towers to string the cable. Because we all know that there are many islands and mountains in Zhoushan, and the weather is very bad, so it's difficult to build the tower by the normal way. I have made lots of foreign friends, and when they first come to here, and they are just like me come here first time, they are shocked. And
Why they're shocked?
because in their country, their normal towers are just 60 or 70 meters, and they have never seen this tall. And they are not just think the tower is amazing, but they think our workers is amazing.
You said the foreigners are also amazed by the Chinese workers.
Yes.
You are an engineering student, and now you are an engineer.
Yeah.
Have you climbed that tower?
Sure.
Oh, how many times?
Maybe 4 or 5 times. The most part impressed me is when I first time come to the top, because I never come to that high, and there are very very strong wind. Maybe the wind can blow me out if I don't sit my seat belt. And
But you did have your seatbelt.
yes, I have. Because before we climb the mountain, we must do the security. It's about our work, about our life.
Did you fear?
Everyone fears, but it's our job, it's our duty. So we must do this job done. And when we get this job done, we feel very proud because we guarantee the local people's safety, electric safety, and we provide the needs for the development. So we are very proud.
Thank you for your dedication. And also, one last question: when did it complete, and when will it be in use?
Next week it will get into use, and it must make people, the local people, make them feel more comfortable their life, and they can enjoy the electric more easier, better, and cleaner. And through this year's effort, all the workers are very proud because we make a very big contribution to the local people, to our country, to China.
Sure, you did. Okay, thank you very much, Hua Ding.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I'm Chen Chen, now live in Zhoushan, China's eastern Zhejiang province. So our next guest, Mr. Xu Xiaoming. Good morning, Mr. Xu Xiaoming. 早上好，徐老师。Well, I will ask Mr. Xu the question in Chinese, and I will translate it back to English while I'm talking to the camera. So, and I heard that Mr. Xu has also built a very similar tower in Brazil. So, let's take a look. 所以说，徐老师，我想问一下，平时您在作业的时候，身上带的设备都有哪些？ I just asked Mr. Xu what facilities does he bring up to the tower?
那个全方位的护腰带，还有腰绳、安全绳，这是我们所称的那个生命绳嘛。高空作业必须要佩戴这个安全绳作业。
So Mr. Xu said that he must have the safe belt with him whenever he climbs up to the tower, and the engineers here also called the safe belt the life belt. 还有哪些 ？What else？
所以我们除了全方位护腰带以外，个人的安全用具以外呢，还有个人的那个工具，小工具，扳手啊，那个老虎钳，还有装肩轧棒的专用工具这些东西。
And among other kits like the hammer or any other things. 徐老师，您的工作内容是什么 ？What's your job in the construction of this tower？
我主要负责这个380米高塔，从立塔开始到架线，所有的负责指挥啊、协调工作。然后下面的高空作业呢，现在是在那个进行消缺工作，然后现在附件安装啊，其他设备各个设备的安装，就是这些。
Mr. Xu said he's in charge of all the process from the base to the top of the tower, and now the priority lies in the check of the cable. 您刚才说的消削是指
因为我们就是验收出来不是做好以后，它有部分有的质量不是很好，验收出来还有问题，所以要进行把这个所有的缺陷给它消缺掉，就是把有问题的地方给它处理好。
所以说，用更通俗的话来讲，就是检查电缆的这个
是否有损坏，是否有就是电线上面有没有损坏啊？这些东西，各个电器，就是我们带电这个设备上面有没有东西少的或者缺的，或者有没有磨损啊？这个东西我们要进行后期的进行处理。就是。
Ask Mr. Xu, to ask him to specifically talk about the check of the grid, and he said this is a very last step in making sure the cable will be in full use, and they have their workers on the line to check every spot of the cable. 这一定是最辛苦的工作之一。
这个工作肯定是非常的辛苦，像我们今天大雨雾在上面，像我们现在地上面没雨，上面高空上380米是因为那个雾水都把我们施工作业人员打湿掉了，所以很艰辛，还要跑线出去要走将近2000多米出去，高差从最高点到湖水点有220米的高差，这个爬坡就有20度，有人要这样徒手爬上来，所以非常的辛苦。
I said that the check of the grid must be one of the most difficult tasks in the whole process of the construction of the tower. Mr. Xu nodded yes and said some workers even have to climb a slope of almost 20 degrees, and it is really hard working thing. 徐老师，还有一个非常重要的问题 I ask you another important question. 这座塔和您之前经历建设的，就像我刚才之前提过的，您在巴西也参与建造过，可能是類似的这种电塔，这座塔有什么不一样 I just asked Mr. Xu that he has worked in Brazil and built a similar tower. So what is the difference of this tower from that one?
这个塔跟我们原先在巴西亚马逊那个南美第一输电高塔不能之处，它是一个高度，
那个多高？
那个是296米，
差一点。
对，现在这个是380米，现在这个塔呢变成世界第一输电高塔了。那么包括它的重量啊，还有就是重量、高度，包括我们的后期用的那个设备，全部是世界第一的。这个有几个世界第一的这个世界之最嘛，就是。
Mr. Xu said one of the biggest differences is that there is a cement in those poles, and in construction of this tower there are more advanced facilities and equipment, and so the tower or anything used in this tower is even more superior. So 徐老师，我最后再问您一个问题：现在这个塔即将竣工，您现在站在塔下和我一起仰望这个塔，您的感觉是什么样的？
感觉也很自己，感觉很自豪。 自己把这个世界第一书店高塔建设完成，是其中的建设者之一、建设者跟指挥者之一。那么从自豪呢，自己感觉很自豪呢。
I asked Mr. Xu that looking up from the down as a constructor, as a man who led the team to build this tower, what's your feeling at this moment? And Mr. Xu said to me nothing, but he's so proud of being part of the construction team and who has led the team in its construction of this tower. And he said he's very proud and looking forward to it into use next week. 好，感谢徐老师，谢谢您，徐老师。I said. And I just heard from our director that there are 2 girls who would come off the work. Let's just ask some questions on their feelings of working that high. So you are just off work, right?
Yes.
What's your name?
My name is Gao Fei.
Yours?
My name is Zhou Yi.
Well, I would like to start with Gao Fei. So, would you make a self-introduction?
My name is Gao Fei. I'm 26 years old. We are from Zhejiang Electric Transmission and Transformation Engineering Corporation.
My name is Zhou Yi. I'm 24 years old. We are from the same company.
Okay, you are from the same company. So, what's the feeling of being in the sky?
As you can see, the tower is 380 meters, like 125 floors high. The wind on the top of tower is very strong. Just standing on the tower for normal people is very difficult. But
Is it difficult for you?
We must do our work on the tower. It is our job. It is also our duty. So I feel very proud because we have shown it to everyone that our girls can do it very well.
How do you feel, Zhou Yi?
As she said, the tower is very high and the weather up there is very cold. But it's our duty to guarantee electric security.
So it's not dangerous, is it? It's not dangerous. I see you all wear your safe belt.
Of course, it is dangerous. But as you can see, it is our professional safety belt.
What is that? It's a rope, I guess.
Yes, it guarantees our safety when we walk on the tower.
Do you have the same facilities with you? What is your first time when you climbed that high? Have you feared anything, or what do you think at that moment?
Of course, I'm very fear. I have never imagined that I will do this job before. But a sense of responsibility makes me overcome my fearness. It's our job.
For me, the first experience is also very feared.
You have to keep the balance while walking, right? Have you have the training, or have you trained on the ground before you went up that high?
Yes, we have trained before.
Well, that's just a pretty quite something. Thank you for your dedication. Thank you, and very good luck to you all. With the commitment and hard work of so many young, brave men and women, just like Liu Huating, just like Gao Fei, just like Zhou Yi, now we have a pair of the tallest power tower in this world. I'm Chen Chen live in Zhoushan, Zhejiang province. Thank you for your time. We'll see you next time.